good morning, everyone. How you doing? And welcome to another episode of Real Talk with MRK. Coffee in the morning. Get your coffee. I got my coffee. I'm gonna take a good nice sip and everything. Wake up. Thank God it is Friday. Friday, TGIF, man. It is Friday, and we are heading into the weekend. So, we got another banger for you. We got another I believe, a great podcast for everybody to come on in and listen and have great discussions. And I hope I can stimulate your mind and open up your eyes and maybe give you guys a different perspective of your boy, MRK. I'm Martez Raphael Kirkland, and I am your host for today's podcast. Man, it's been a long week. It's definitely been a long week. If you guys don't know, I reside in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and I am a junior college basketball coach on the women's side of the basketball. And we just had a game last night in Lewisburg College. Man, it was a tough fight. It definitely was a tough game for us. Lewisburg is in the top, I believe they're in the top 4 in our conferences in the junior college region 10 here in North Carolina and surrounding areas. And we are currently sitting at, I believe, 6th place within our conference, man. And I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. I coach at Fayetteville Technical Community College, and this is the first time I believe in the existence of the women's basketball team that we have won 7 games. So it's the most in program history in the season. So this is so far the best season of the program history. So I'm still excited. As a coach, you hate to lose. We failed to Lewisburg College, I think by 11 or 12 points yesterday, and we had a rough start. Came out kind of sluggish. It's hard to play on the road, but we came out kind of sluggish, but we fought. We got it within, I think the least that we got it within was 8, and we just couldn't, get those extra stops and extra buckets to go ahead and get it closer and possibly go ahead and take the lead and actually win it. So again, man, these young ladies, man, they fought. They're learning how to be, collegiate level basketball players, and it's a privilege for me, to be on that level, to be able to teach, coach, and mentor these young ladies. Never thought that I'd be honestly coaching on the women's side of basketball, because I thought I would be more so suited and fitted for the men's game. But I'm learning. It's definitely teaching me, how to coach in different ways and be more creative. And I'm thankful for the opportunity. Thankful for the opportunity, man. So, man, again, man, we got a great podcast show for you. I'm your boy, your host, Martez Raphael Kirkland. Good morning. It is Friday, and we definitely got to thank God, right, for waking us up in the morning, getting us up and open our eyes, to this blessed day that we're living. Regardless of the adversities and the issues that we may have in our lives and maybe the struggle, we have to embrace that, because this is a part of the life that we live in, right? So I appreciate each and every one of you coming in, tuning in today. Man, my lives, my podcast, tune in every day on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, 10:30 to 11:30, man. And we're gonna do this thing. Our podcast gonna get better and better. And let's get started, man. Let's definitely get started, man. And the first thing, man, we're gonna go into the morning inspiration. Every day, before I get into the deep discussions and topics of this podcast, which is Real Talk with MRK Coffee in the morning, I'm always going to talk about what inspires me, and I'm going to give you guys a deep synopsis on why it inspires me. So as you can see, my morning inspiration is my father. All right, he is my morning inspiration for today. And the reason being is, and when I say my father, and if you guys, I'll give you a deep dive into who I am and my life, and just being transparent the technical terms of my father. He is not my biological father. He's considered my stepfather, but he is my father. And in my household, in my family, and with my dad, we don't have the word step on anything in our relationships. In our relationship, our personal relationship, me and him. And I just want to give a shout out to Robert Benjamin Richardson Jr. From Detroit, Michigan. He is a great man. He is the reason I am who I am today. He is definitely a big part of that. He came into my life, man, when I didn't even know that I needed him, because I was a young little boy. I think I was about 2 when my mother met him and then eventually married him, and it was a blessing in disguise. And he was my angel that God had sent to me. Because I'm gonna say this, for women, if you don't understand the importance of a good father and a good man in a young boy's life, it is very, very, very important. It can change the course of the direction of that young boy. That's one day is going to become a young man. His influence on me is so massive that you wouldn't even understand. Because I always looked at it like this. At an early age, I knew and understood his place and what he was doing as the man and the young man at the time. Because for anybody to come in anybody's young a boy or a girl's life that is not their blood and take them on and love them and treat them and do for them as if they were their own blood, if they made them and they came from their body. All right, I think that is something remarkable. It's something special, and it has to be. You have to honor that. Good morning, Special K. Everybody that's on my TikTok, good morning. Thank y'all for tuning in to Real Talk with MRK podcast. This is the morning inspiration. And I'm going to say, man, the things that he's taught me, the things that I've seen him do through his examples and his walk, it doesn't go unnoticed. It doesn't go unnoticed. And I know, when you have kids in ourselves, when we have left, our parents' home and household and moved on with our lives, sometimes we forget the magnitude of the influence that they had on us. Sometimes we get caught up in what maybe they didn't give us, maybe they didn't do for us, and what we thought they should have done for us. But we forget those. Sometimes the hard lessons are the most valuable things that they give us. The tough love is the most valuable things that they give us. At those times and at those moments in our lives when we're young, we don't understand that. And I value a man that can be consistent, that can be strong, that can be reliable, that can be an example. And he was that. I always say it, and I always tell my kids, man, and maybe I'm selling myself short, but I probably could never amount to what the man that he is and the man that he still is becoming. I've seen the growth because I'm the oldest out of 3 boys, that grew up in the same household. And I watched the development. I watched the evolution of a man. I watched the evolution of a man, which is commendable, because now me being a 45-year-old man and has had kids, 4 kids, and raised 3 kids pretty much by myself, man. As a man, and a man that is raising boys or raising a boy, man, it's tough. We know that, parenthood don't come with a book. It don't come with a book of directions to how to parent, to how to be a man and show this young boy how to be a man. We only can do the best that we know how. And he did the best that he knew how. He definitely come from a great set of parents, which is my grandparents. Love them to death. Rest in peace to my grandfather, Robert Richardson Sr. The examples that he set, man, he set it for my dad. And my dad set the examples for me and my brothers. But back to why I am so inspired by him. It's his drive, it's his will, it's his intelligence, it's his knowledge, it's his loving ways to always want to do right by his family, by his wife, by his kids. Man, that's such a remarkable stature of someone that to be in that mindset to do that, because we don't see that. And I know a lot of times there's a lot of men bashing out there. And I'm gonna be honest, man, a lot of women, because of their circumstance and the situations that they may go through because of a man and maybe the father not being in that young child's life, men get a bad rep. But there are some great men out there. There are some great men out there. They go unnoticed. And I just want to, shout out and also let y'all know who I'm inspired by. My father, man, he did the Marine Corps for about 22 and a half years. And he was my hero, man. Me and my brothers used to talk about this, man. When I seen him come in the door from home and he would have his uniform on, and it is, they call it, the Marine Corps, they call it, the camis or his Charlies, his dress, man. I thought he was my G.I. Joe. He was my Duke. If you followed G.I. Joe back in the day. And I remember him going to training and going on floats because the Marines, they partner with the Navy, and I would see him with the pack, man. And the way his stature and his presence, and he was in lifting weights and he was so in shape, man. I really admire that. I admire that he would work hard and he took pride in his job. I admire that he did everything that he needed to do to be there for us, as a father. He would take us out to the parks. I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't necessarily remember all the toys that I've gotten for Christmas and every dollar that I may have gotten from my parents, but what I cherished is the moments of us just going to the park and he teaching me how to fly a kite. Us going to the park and playing ball on the court, man. He taught me how to play ball. I play basketball today, and I love the game of basketball because of him. I watched him go to when they played outside at the parks in the neighborhood. Hey, I got next, I got down. I learned from that. And fathers and men, if you out there, and maybe you haven't been doing right by your kids, but it ain't never too late to change that, because you are important. Men, we are important in our kids' lives, no matter how old they get. And you gonna make mistakes. You're not gonna be perfect. And I'm not saying that he was perfect, but he was the one. He inspired me, my father. Now, do I know my biological father? I do, but he didn't raise me. And I'm not here to bash anything, but I knew at an early age, where he stood in my life. I had a conversation with him a few years back when I was probably about 31, 32 years old. And I had my kids. And I understood the magnitude of, I got it. Maybe the mother is not allowing you to see him, but I don't believe that was the case, with my mom. And that was the case. I fought for my kids just to be in their lives. I never thought that I would had got custody of them. I always thought when me and the mother split, I just wanted my kids to be in the best situation possible, to be able to thrive, and also for me to be a father to them so they can know who I am. I can be able to have have an opportunity to love them, to teach them, to share moments and memories. And they know that, hey, I am a man that loves you. I am a man that wants to be in your life at that time. So I fought. I went to court because the mother was trying to limit my visibility as me as a father, which I don't understand, because I'm gonna be honest, women, if you're doing that for whatever reason, stop it. I don't care if you wanted to be with the man or the man, whatever. Maybe you don't like him as a person, but guess what? You laid down with this man and you made a child. So therefore, it is too late to go back on who you choose to be the father of your kids. You made that choice at that moment in time. Stop. If that man wants to be a part of his daughter's life, his son's life, allow them to. Because you ain't hurt nobody but the children. I'm gonna be honest, man. I really frown upon and I dislike women of that nature, because they come up with different stories and different things to why the man can't be in his life. Well, I don't like him. He does this. But you know how many women are in bad situations that the child shouldn't be in, or make do things that are not in reflective of good parenting and good mothering. This notion that because you are the mother or a woman that you are better or the best for the kids, no, not. I got a whole different outlook and a different perspective, and I'll tell you why. But let me get back to my father. He inspired me. The way he treats my mother, man, he treats her like a queen of all queens. When he loves her, he does for her. And because he wants to, not because she what is it? Some women, she forces him to, or she, hold him hostage. If you don't do this for me, it ain't even that type of relationship. It's a loving marriage. It's a true love. I really believe that my parents, man, they are in love with each other 43 years later. And I am so blessed to say that I have seen and have that example of a man that is doing those things, the things that I guess women talk about that they want. I got that. Now, unfortunately, in my love life, in my marriages, it didn't last. And people were like, well, why you keep getting married? Let me tell you something. It ain't, you may frown upon, well, something may be wrong with him. The only thing that I would say that's wrong with me, that I was searching for love and I wanted love and I wanted what my parents have. So if you want to fault me for anything, that's what you fought me for. See, I wasn't trying to give up on love and marriage, because I believed in the love, the sanctity of marriage. Now, through my mishaps of failed marriages, not because of cheating, because I ain't never cheated in my marriage, because guess what? All of them been married 3 times, right? I believed in this in the covenant. I believe in the sanctity of marriage. As a man, I chose you. When I choose you, guess what? When I choose you, that's mean I'm telling you that I'm gonna be committed to you. Good morning, everyone. Thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for the follow. I need everybody to go to YouTube and subscribe. Please go to YouTube. It's my same as my TikTok at MRK Dreams Big. But again, I ain't never seen a man like my father. And he is my greatest, he is one of my greatest inspirations, and continue to be one of my greatest inspirations. And I just want to let everybody know that. Hey, thank you, Dad. I really appreciate you. Really appreciate you. Man. So let's move on. That is my morning inspiration for this Friday. And let's move on to current events, sports, politics, and entertainment. Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I usually read the headlines and everything, man. Probably forgot, but I'm just being honest. But man, let's talk about sports. Man, what is going on in the world of sports? Hey, my Lions, and I'm gonna talk about them again. The head coach of the Detroit Lions has just been named right, what is it? The coach of the year. All right, so hey, that's another one for us. That's another win for the Detroit Lions. You know, the Detroit Lions has definitely came a long way. All right, and I want y'all to give a big up to the coach, man. He has done definitely a great job. He loved the Packers. Oh man, hey man, that's your team, babe. That's your team. I'm sorry that they didn't make it too far, but hey, we talk about the Lions. We talk about the head coach of the Detroit Lions, and he did his thing. He came to the city, and within 3 years, he made changes and everything. And now they're playing for the NFC Championship, and I think it's well deserved that he is your coach of the year for the NFL, man. And a great job, man. I think y'all definitely got to give him, a round of applause for coming in and instilling the mindset of grit. Detroit versus everyone, baby. I love that mindset, man, because that's definitely how the mindset that I have that I've had for a very long time, ever since I was a child, man. Getting picked on and fighting at the parks and stuff like that, man. Hey, it was Martez Kirkland versus everyone. If you ain't for me, you must be against me. If you ain't for me, you must be against me, and that's real. So, hey, big ups to the head coach for the Detroit Lions for winning Coach of the Year. Man, we already know what's going on in the NBA. Did y'all see the NBA All-Star starters? LeBron James has made another All-Star game, and he is a starter, man. 21 years, man. I believe he's actually been a starter because he didn't make it his first year. It's been 20 years of All-Stars. He might have either tied Kareem or surpassed Kareem as an All-Star. But the man is a starter. So I know there's going to be a lot of LeBron James haters out there. They're going to hate on him and everything. But who is starting over him? Who is starting over him? If you could give me someone that should be starting over him in the Western Conference, man, and I ain't talking about you just because he's your favorite player. Y'all double tap that screen, TikTok viewers. And YouTube viewers, man, make sure y'all subscribe. Hey, Facebook, man, y'all go ahead and go over to YouTube and make sure y'all subscribe, man. But LeBron James is a starter, and I believe I'm going off the top of the head because I don't have my notes in front of me. That it's LeBron James, Jokic, AD, Donick, what is his name? The dude from Dallas. And I think it's one. Of course, it's one more. I can't remember off the top of the head. LeBron, Jokic, KD. I know it's not Devin Booker. Donick from Dallas, and somebody help me. Steph Curry's not even in there, I don't believe. Anyways, hey, y'all help me out. But for the East, it's Embiid, it's Tatum, it's Lillard, it's Giannis, and here we go again. My old age is showing. The last individual, it is not Jimmy Butler. Of course, not Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler ain't done nothing like that this year. Man, this is bad. But hey, anyways, y'all get the drift. Go ahead and Google it, look it up and everything. But hey, I think it's a good matchup, man. I mean, you gotta go with the 5 that's on the West and the 5 that's on the East, man. I think it's a good starting lineup. I think those are the best of the best as of right now. So maybe the fans, don't you think the fans got it right as far as with the starters? And some people may say, AD, nah, he's too inconsistent. AD is too inconsistent. It's just too inconsistent. So maybe we have a good. I think they went back to the old format too. I don't think they're having captains and they're picking teams anything. So they are going back to the original format, to how the All-Star game was formatted, and That's what they're going to do, man. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to. Uh, the dude from Indiana. That's who on the East. The point guard from Indiana, Halliburton. Halliburton is the one of the starters, man. Hey, man, this kid came out of nowhere, man. I didn't know he was that good, man. I didn't know he was that good, man. Indiana definitely got a good team, man. So definitely looking for big things from them in the future. They're young. Thank you for the role. So amazing. I appreciate you. All right. Hey, TikTok, let's go ahead. Thank y'all for the likes, man. We are over 1K. Facebook, make sure y'all go ahead and like the screen. Y'all definitely can like and share this live. Also, make sure you guys go over to the YouTube channel and subscribe, man. This is Real Talk with MRK. It's coffee in the morning, baby. Martez Raphael Kirkland, man. So that's sports. Let's go to politics. Like I told y'all before, and I tell y'all every morning, man, I'm not a politic person, man. When I was in the Army for 24 years, right? And I did 24 years. I know brother don't look like it, right? You know, I made it to the ranks of E8 or the rank of Master Sergeant in the pay grade of E8. Yes, I could have made Sergeant Major, but it was a personal choice not to. See, some people in the Army, when these leaders, like when you get to this rank or you get to that level of your career, they press you to stay. They press you to stay in the Army because, you know, it's about numbers and quota and, you know, giving back and, you know, you need to, are you going to give up Sergeant Major? I am sure I am. I'm going to take back these next possibly 4 to 5 years of my life. I'm giving you 24 years. That was my mindset. And you want me to go to 30 years and everything. That is not what I want for me. I served my country, you know, honorably. I've given and, you know, put my life on the line by serving in conflict and war. And I'm ready to go. I'm ready. I am eligible to put in my retirement paperwork. And guess what? It is time for me to go. Because when you get to that level, right, and this is why I'm on politics, when you get to that level, it is so much politics that comes with that. And if you guys understand politics, it's rubbing the elbows, and we call it in the Army the good old boy system. In the White House in Washington, D.C., they got the good old boy system. In every corporate organization, they got the good old boy system. In every organization or clique and group, they got a good old boy system. I never have been a part or wanting to be a part of the good old boy system. I'm too transparent. I believe in what's right is right. I'm not going to do anything just to do something to get something. And I believe that's what's going on with the entertainment world, right? What Cat Williams is saying, and you know, they've been doing things, and a lot more people are coming out and saying, as far as that, even in the music industry, the acting industry, you got to do these things and do this for me, and you got to go through this so you can be wealthy, or you can be famous, or you can get this role. There's certain things that I couldn't do, I wouldn't do, and it just rubbed me the wrong way, deep down in my soul, for who I was. So the Army, I know they got it in the Marine Corps, the Navy, the Air Force. There are good old boy systems. In the military, even though you're not supposed to get involved in politics, but the military is a branch of politics, especially in the high officer ranks and the high enlisted ranks, the sergeant majors and first sergeants and stuff. It's all about influencing and leveraging and, you know, trying to get your agenda across. That's what politician is, the rhetoric. I ain't about that. I'm not about politics. I'm not about, you know, doing things just to position myself for clout, for money. I ain't selling my soul for no one. I couldn't do it. Now, there's some great leadership within in the ranks. of the armed services. There are, but just like any organization, there are some crookedness, backstabbing. There's racist, discrimination, and everything, and all that we do, even in your private workplace, right? And I'm gonna tell you one reason why I could not continue on. I was in this unit, man, and it was time for me to go, man, because I knew that, hey, who I am in my mind, in my thought process, that I'm going to jeopardize my retirement. So let me go ahead and bow out gracefully and get out of here, because they're gonna make me say some things that I may regret, but I know it to be true and it is right. I stand on that. And there's a lot of racism in the military. If you don't believe it or not, I don't care what nobody say, brother. They were like, "Oh, you're my brother. Hey, brother. Hey, battle." Boy, to the powers that be in certain units, they are racist. They do it in ways that is very disguised. It's very subtle, because they may not like who you are, your personality, or how you move, or what you may stand for outside your uniform. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. So, in the world of politics, what's going on? We already know it. I've talked about it before. We got the presidential elections coming up. We're not going to have very good choices. Absolutely believe that. Absolutely. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming in, and thank y'all for tapping in and tuning in to my podcast, man. We are not going to have a very good choice on who to choose to be our next president of the United States. We're not. Maybe we need to change the systems of how we do things. Instead of having just two at the end, we still have multiple ones. I think that should be changed, because we limit ourselves to two individuals because the voters and all this good stuff. But man, like I said the other day, there's a lot of highly qualified individuals that can run for president. So why don't we limit ourselves to these two parties, which is the Republican Party and the Democratic Party? I have no affiliation to either one of them. When I vote for the best individual that I feel within my heart, that I can see based off of what the media shows and what they show to lead this country, regardless of affiliation of party. I don't vote for the Democratic Party because I'm black, quote unquote. Because y'all know back in the day, black people were predominantly Republican. Do the history, do the research. I don't not vote for a Republican because, well, black people ain't supposed to vote for a Republican because the Republicans are not for us. I hope I'm really talking to you guys, and I hope I'm being as transparent as I possibly can. Like I said, man, this is real talk, y'all. Friday, man. Thank God it's Friday, right? Thank God it's Friday. So I ask y'all this: as you guys go, if you vote, because a lot of people don't vote, as you go through this process and through this election, up and coming election year, and you make your choice, I ask you this: take out the party. Do not listen to their Republican. Do not listen to that they're Democratic or they're independent or they're what is it? The Green Party. I mean, whatever they come up with, right? Try as best as you can to listen to the man or the woman that is speaking to you. But understand this: every one of them, regardless of the affiliation of party, is a politician. And politicians, right, they come with agendas, rhetoric, and deception. I'm going to say it again. Politicians, they come with agendas, right, rhetoric, and deception. Because they have, whether their agendas can be good, They can be bad. But every one of them have an agenda list. And they have to check that list. They have to they have to have some type of rhetoric to get you to follow them, to get you to believe in them. And sometimes that agenda and that rhetoric that they are speaking can be very deceptive. So they come with an agenda, they come with a rhetoric, and they come with a deception. Understand this. So when you choose the next leader of this country or head or figurehead, choose wisely. I ask you to look at their history, look at their background, look at where they come from, look at their moral compass, put all that together to make your decision. Don't make a decision don't make uninformed decisions, especially decisions of that nature. Understand? Try to make the best decision and don't make a personal decision. Don't make a decision off of race. Don't make a decision off of culture. Don't make a decision off of the environment or where they came from, or don't make a decision off of that. Throw those things out the way. Throw it out the door. I'm just talking to y'all, man. Real talk. That's the politics. All right. So let's move on to the world of entertainment and the current events. The other day I read and I was Googling and I seen, man, we got 2 Black African American individuals that got nominated for an Oscar, which is me being a Black male. That is a wonderful thing. I like to see my people win. I like to see my people accomplish their dreams, their goals, because it's hard out there. And if you are a person that is not of African American, Black American descent, I'm not saying that no other race has it hard. We have it hard. Me as a Black man, when I walk out this door of my house, I am against the world and everything is against me. I am against the world and everything is against me and wanted me to see me fail. And I say this, when I say the world, I'm not speaking on every single individual, right? And I'm going to say some things that some people are probably not going to agree on, but guess what? We real talking here. The world that we live in, right? It's predominantly controlled by the Caucasian race. In the country that I live in is America. And though I fought for this country and I served for this country, and I believe I actually have more of a footing and a foundation to stand on to those that honestly have it. I put my life on the line. America has to embrace the bad and understand that we have and came from a place of racist times, discriminating times that was unequal and unfair, that put Black people back. It's like us starting a race and you got a head start. Do you guys understand that? So when I walk out in this world, right, and I have to face the individuals, the powers that be, and majority of them are of this pigment that's in the palm of my hand, the society is not for me until we're able to move on away from and filter out the backwards of old thought process of racism and all that stuff. I am going to still be fighting against the society that I live in. And a lot of my brothers and sisters will be doing the same thing. So I am happy for the 2 individuals that are Oscar nominated for The Color Purple. They did their thing. I think, what's her name? I think it's like Danielle Brett. She played Sophia or Sophie or something like that. And I don't believe Fantasia got nominated or anything like that. I'm not sure. But we got two individuals that came from The Color Purple that is nominated for an Oscar. Will they win? I don't know. I haven't been watching too many movies out there this year, so I don't know what's good, what's not. But a lot of times in the Oscars, a lot of movies from overseas or movies that you ain't never heard of jump into the forefront, and they become, one of the best movies, what I'm saying, and some of the best actors in that movie are nominated and they win. But I want to give a shout out to them, and I think that's remarkable. So those are current events, sports, politics, and entertainment. We're going to go ahead and move on to today's shout outs. So every morning, I'm going to give a shout out. And as I spoke on the inspiration in my life was my dad, my father, Robert B. Richardson Jr. Good morning, Crystal. How you doing? TikTok, thank y'all for the love. Thank y'all for the likes. I need y'all, if y'all first time coming on this live on my podcast with Real Talk MRK Coffee in the Morning with your boy, Martez Raphael Kirkland, make sure you go to my YouTube. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe. And also tap that screen, TikTokers. And also Facebook people, go ahead and like this and share it. I appreciate you guys. Today's shout out goes to every good man, every good father out there that is doing their dang on thing. They at the basketball games, they taking their son and their daughter to practice or ballet dance to practice, cheerleading practice. They getting up early in the morning and they going and working that 9 to 5 or they working 12, 14 hours a day. They going to work and they're putting that grind in and trying to keep their business afloat. They're going to school, trying to get that education so they can be able to further advance their income and put themselves in a situation to better themselves and be financially stable for their family. They're coming home and they're loving on their wives and they're doing those honey to-do lists that they got written out for them without complaining, and they doing it out of love. I salute you. And today's shout out goes to you. And as I stated the other day when we were talking about the women, the mothers and everything, I believe men should get their flowers too. Fathers should get their flowers too. I thank you for being, the men that you are. I think a lot of men, we should big up each other. We should embrace one another. We should tell each other, thank you, brother, for being an example to your family, to your kids, and not only to your family, to all the other men out there. Why not, man? It's okay. It's okay for us to show passion and applaud one another for the things that we do that's in a good way. I think it should motivate each other, motivate us. Men, you are needed in your family's lives. Men, you are needed in your children's lives. You are needed at your job, at your work, regardless the job that you have, whether you are working at McDonald's, garbage man, working in the corporate America, you have owned your own business, you are worthy. Don't let nobody ever tell you what you're doing is less than, and it's not. Don't let anybody tell you that the money that you make is not enough. Because if that's all you can make and that's what you can do for that time being, my brother, do it to the greatest ability that you have. Do it to the best of your ability. Don't let nobody ever say that you ain't great, because I know that you're great. I know what you go through. I know you working hard. I know if you mowing that grass, if you fixing those pipes, if you typing up those documents, if you filing those taxes for the consumer that is coming in, the customer, if you are selling those cars, if you are in the military and you're deployed and you're away from your family, I do understand. I applaud you in everything that you do. Continue to keep doing your thing, brother. And hey, let's be better men each and every day and better fathers. It ain't never too late for you to change the course in the direction of who you want to be. Always think about, don't look in the past, don't look back. Y'all remember in the Bible, I think it was the city of Solomon and Gomorrah. I think it was Sarah when she walked out, or Sarah and Lot, when she walked out and she was walking away from the city. They told her not to turn and look back, and she did, and she turned to a pillar of what? Salt. So she turned to stone. So if you got a past, maybe you wasn't there, my brother, for your child. Maybe you wasn't a great husband. But don't let no woman, don't let nobody in this world, in this society, to tell you that you can't be better. So look forward to your future. Look ahead. Prepare for your future to be better. You can change that. You can change the course of your direction, the way you're heading for the rest of your life. It ain't about your past or what you've done. Now know this, maybe your past may come with the consequences, but accept those consequences that they come and continue to strive forward and move forward to be better, y'all. That's my shout out for the day, man. Fathers, men, I appreciate you, y'all. All right, now let's move on. All right, to the topic of discussion for today. This is Real Talk, man, with your boy MRK Coffee in the morning. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, viewers, tuning in, TikTok, Facebook, Spotify, Instagram. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all double tap that screen, share this live, and be here with me each and every morning, 10:30 to 11:30, man. With your boy, I'm Martez Raphael Kirkland, and this is Real Talk. For the topic of discussion for today, January 26, 2024, is why is this generation, why do you quit so easily when things become tough? Let me say that again. This generation, I'm talking to you, why do you quit so easily when things become so tough? I'm talking to the, I don't know, ages 29 to your teenage years, what, 13, 15, all the way to 29 years old. I guess I don't know, I can put y'all in that category. That's about a 15-year gap, because I think generations come with like every 20 years. It's like a 20-year difference, it's 20 to 30 years, I believe. You know, I don't have nothing in front of me to say, okay, these are the millennials and all that good stuff, right? Or maybe I need to wind it down and just talk to the young people. And young people, you may not agree with anything that I say. I believe I'm an evolving individual that is very open-minded, but I believe in certain foundations and morals and aspects of life because I have experienced that. Same as just all these viewers, right? Everybody that is moms, dads, parents, grandmas, we have life experience. Right? And I'm gonna ask y'all, this generation, why do you quit so easily when things become tough? Because where I sit, this is what I see. I see that y'all have more resources than I have ever had coming up at y'all age. And I know you definitely have more resources and doors and opportunity than my parents and my grandparents and my great-grandparents. And maybe we can blame it on the parents, and maybe we can blame it on the technology, the society that we live in, that things may be because it is so accessible to you and it's so easy for you to get that you guys don't have to honestly work to get it. So therefore, you don't know what it is like to grind and be put in situations where you have to think to get yourself out of a tough situation. I've seen, by me, I coach, like I told y'all earlier, man, I coach basketball. I coach junior college basketball. So these young women that I'm coaching, they are ages from 18 to, I think the oldest we have is 23, 24 years old. My older kids are 24, 22, and 19. I coach basketball through the rec, through the school, through having my own AAU organization, an array of different ages of kids. And I would say this, when I first started coaching, the kids that I coached back then, man, they're different than the ones that are coming up and that are in between the ages I said of my children. It seems as if they're trying to find the easy route, the most easiest route. When you look for the most easiest route, guess what? It becomes, you make things, to me, more difficult because you're trying to find a way out of doing what is needed to be done to put yourself in situations of opportunity. So there you spin in a circle because you're trying to find the most easiest route instead of grind, instead of work, instead of just doing the necessary steps to get you there, because it seems like this generation has a sense of feeling of entitlement. And maybe they say that about my generation. But I'm going back and thinking, I had a lot of questions. I may have kind of not agreed everything with what my parents wanted to instill in me and how I should have. But one thing they instilled in me and my brothers was work ethic. So even though I'm retired now and I'm collecting, I got, VA disability and my retirement check and all that good stuff, I know what it is to work. I know what it is to grind. I know what it is to, just be consistent in that, because I had a good example of that, my mom and my dad. Y'all go ahead and double tap that screen. I need y'all to share this live, y'all. I'm mind boggled what I'm seeing with us young people, with these young people. There are situations that they saying that is tough. In my mind, it ain't tough, but I got it. This is the culture that we have made for them because things are accessible and easy. So when they hit on times that are tough, when they hit on times when they struggle, it's like the end of the world for them, which makes them unable to be resilient and bounce back from those adversities. They lack resiliency. They're lacking that mental strength. Things that to us, and I ain't gonna lie, but I was like, man, and maybe I'm comparing, right? But when they do research, they do compare and contrast and things like that. So I hate when they were like, don't compare. We have to compare because we have to see what is the disconnect and why is it that we have young people with a lot of mental illness. We have young people that with a lot of attempted suicides. We have to compare to what's the difference from them to us. Why are they so spiraling out of control and not understanding, or how they don't know how, they don't have the ability to get themselves out of that rut when tough times hits. They don't know how to put things in a scope and maybe put a perspective on it. And is it the fault of the parenting? Because now you got mom wanted to be the home girl to the daughter. You got dad out there, drinking in the club with they sons. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, what is it? Where's the disconnect? Where what is the reasoning for all this? You know, my kids, man, and don't believe me, I'm speaking, but I'm speaking because, hey, I go through it with all three of them. It has not been a cakewalk. It has not been a cakewalk. And maybe my stubbornness and maybe my quote unquote me stuck in my ways, but kids or young people, they come to a point where they don't listen. And the only difference what I can see is when I got into issues and problems and I was struggling and adversity hit, I listened to my parents. This day, this generation, it seems like they believe that I can outsmart you. I hear that you're saying this, but I'm gonna find a way to try to prove you wrong. So I'm going to do the opposite. But again, let me stay back on topic. This generation, why do you quit so easily when things become tough? I've seen it, man. I've seen it. The easiest thing it is to do is to quit when it's uncomfortable. I've seen college students, because you see when you commit to make a choice to go to college to get an education, because you telling everybody that you know that you want to better yourself, you want to better your situation, you want to better your mind. You want to put yourself in a situation to be able to take care of yourself and have this whatever career that you choose. But when you decide to do that, I'm going to ask y'all this. Don't you think that it's going to come with struggle and barriers and adversity? Or do you think that when I go into this, that it's going to be all smooth sailing? It would not be. Nothing that is worth having is easy to obtain. You have to put the work in it. You're going to appreciate it even more when you put the work in it. I don't want nothing easy. I feel funny when it comes easy. It feels so gratifying when I'm able to obtain something because I worked hard for it. I grinded. I put that effort in. Man, these daggone people, man, these young people now, man, it seems like they don't care. Oh, I got it easy. Oh, well, it was for me to have. I'm asking every young person out there, just because you go through some issues and it may feel uncomfortable, guess what? Don't run from it. Don't run from something that is going to help you and assist you and make you better. Don't run from it because your life, you're 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 years old. As long as God gives you another day, your life is going to be there. Work hard today and continue to prepare for the future. So when that future comes, you're able to do the things that you want to do and like to do, and you're not continuing to struggle. I'm saying this because I know I did it. You don't have to go through some hard stuff just because you're young and you got to go through it. That is the most idiotic thing to say. I got to go through it. You know what a smart person is? A smart person is a person that will be willing to listen to the individual that has the wisdom, that has the knowledge, that has the experience, and that has been through where you're trying to go through. And you may not listen to and take every single exact thing that they say, but you have your open mind, your open ears, you're able to retain what they're saying, and you keep it locked up right here. So you can be able to make the necessary choices and decisions to better your life, to put you in a better situation. Colombian, it will make you grow in a way you can't even imagine. Yes, Colombian butterfly, appreciate, yes. So I'm asking all the young people of this whatever generation, right? When times get hard, and when you feel uncomfortable and you are faced with a situation that you ain't never been in, Don't run from it. Lean on to those that have the knowledge, the wisdom, and listen to the individuals that are telling you to stay in it, persevere, be resilient. It's going to get better, and continue to try harder. Stop listening to those people that telling you, man, you don't got to do that. Girl, man, just quit. You, especially, you know what irritates me? When you quit at something that you chose to do. So your commitment is not there. I will always tell my children, and I always told my kids, when you commit to something, you're going to finish it. When you commit to something, you're going to finish it. Because if I allow you to quit at this, you're going to continue to quit, and then it's going to start a trend within your life, and you're going to take it on into the adulthood, and you're going to think that is the way, and it's okay. I don't care what anybody else does and how they live. It is not okay for us. And I'm going to tell you this, it is not okay for you. It is not okay for you. Don't do it. Stop quitting. Find a way. Persevere through it. It is only going to make you better, as someone said. It's only going to make you a better person, a stronger person. Guarantee you. True facts. Real talk. So that is the topic of discussion for today. I hope you guys take this discussion. I hope you guys take this, go back, listen to it, reflect on it, and ask yourself, is this me? Do I do this? Do I accept this? Do I teach this? Do I allow my kids to do it? Or if this is you, stand in the mirror, talk to yourself and ask yourself this question. Why do I quit so easily when things become tough? Is this the reason why I can never reach my potential and be great? Ask yourself that. All right, now we're going to move on, man. This is MRK Music Picks of the Day. We're moving on. All right, man. Appreciate y'all. Let's see what we got. All right. Hey, again, you know the music picks of the day, right? It goes to John Doe. Yes, we back on John Doe, other known as Denzel Richardson. Is my brother, man. And I'm gonna tell you again, man, I'm definitely gonna promote it and shout it out. He has an album, John Doe, the Reflections LP, on all music streaming platforms as of right now. It's doing pretty well. So if you are a hip hop connoisseur, if you love lyrics, you love substance, this is the album for you. If you love the likes of Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Nas, this is the album for you. You can probably listen to it from the first intro to all the way to the last track. All right. And I'm not just saying this because it's my brother. So if you are into independent artists and you're looking for new talent, or you just want to hear something different in other, instead of the mainstream, then I encourage you to guys go on Apple Music and iTunes and Spotify and AmazonMusic.com. Go ahead and check it out. Cop it, download it, stream it. I believe it's definitely a good listen. And I'm gonna play, some samples of one of the tracks that's on there. It's called Crystal Flares. All right. And let me get me a sip of my coffee right here. That's good. Yeah, that's good. I like that. So here we go. John Doe, the Reflections album. This is Crystal Flares. Here we go, man. Let me turn the volume up on this, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to John Doe Experience. This is the Reflections LP called Crystal Flares. Let's go.
To the air like a crystal flare. Yes, and it's to the air like a crystal flare. Stop and stare with the crystal flare. Strands on the crystal flares. Yeah, crystal flare. Hundreds of hands, crystal flares. Yeah, crystal flare. Hundreds of
Ladies and gentlemen, John Doe.
Yo, designed within my mind, state signs to find my aura. Lost in the law, enticed by all my flaws. It's time we even up the score. And I call my sword, light a torch to ignite my source to illumination. Creative beauty through the purest fascination. And fantasies through my mind I ran away with. I used to veil the curtail exposure.
The detailed exposures. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's just a taste right there itself. I don't have the whole track right now. I need y'all to go ahead. All producing is by John Doe, aka other known as Denzel Richardson. I need everybody to go ahead and cop that, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, man, y'all don't know what y'all missing. It's the players in the air so high. Makes you wanna down in the sky. It's your boy Real Talk with MRK. Every day on this Friday. So we just up in here having fun on this MRK music picks of the day, man. I ain't gonna give it to y'all all. I want y'all to go stream it. I want y'all to go download it, man. It's TikTok. I got it up in the internet, man. So if you want to hear this part, man, I need y'all to go to YouTube. We'll be broadcast at 10:30 to 11:30, y'all. Hey. Yeah, Christmas players, baby. John Doe, man. It's on Apple Tools, man. Y'all must go get it right there, man. This is MRK Music Picks of the Day. And I do got the whole track, man, but I had it loaded up onto my podcast streaming platform. And next time when I do that, I'll make sure I have the whole track. But I think I gave y'all a little taste of the beat and basically how the sound and how the track goes, man. But y'all definitely got to go listen to it. Go listen to the whole album, man. Hey, that's MRK Music Picks of the Day, y'all. Let's keep it going, man. All right, man. This next part right here is the viewer's question. I would take one question from one viewer. So TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. If you got a question for me, ask me anything, and I'm definitely gonna answer it. I'm gonna be as transparent as possible, give you the honest truth. So TikTok people, do y'all got a question for me? Let's go, y'all. Hey, John Doe, man, he was born in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Our peoples are from, he's my brother. Our people's from Detroit, Michigan. Hey, yes. Hey, y'all come on in, double tap the screen, y'all. All right, so the viewer's question is, man, somebody asked me a question. And I ain't gonna lie, this question right here, man, it asked me, how many times have I been married? I've been married, unfortunately, I've been married 3 times. They all been short. And I am coming out with a book on that too, so especially on my first marriage. But I've been married, unfortunately, 3 times. And it's, I look back on it as part of my journey, as part of my life. Like I said earlier when I was talking about, I believe my shout out to my father my inspiration was my father. I was saying that my fault has been, I have been searching for love in my early years. I wanted that. I wanted to have that 20, 30-year marriage. And it wasn't like I got married and it was, they were like 4 or 5 years in between, and I thought I gave myself enough time to heal and, move on and everything. But I just didn't find the right person at that time in my life. They wasn't for me. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the journey and the road that God led me on because it made me who I am today. I embrace it. Like I said, man, it wasn't nothing of, some people like, no, I never cheated, man. I believe I was a really good husband. I think we were young or we wasn't evenly yoked. I believe that I would say 2 of them, I believe they gave up too early. and they were fascinated with the idea of being married and wedding and all that stuff, and they gave up on me. They gave up on the covenant. They gave up on the marriage, and wasn't ready for what marriage brings. They wasn't ready for the 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 hard times. I don't see me. I don't want to know. I don't want to hear that you love me in the good times. I need to know that you love me when the bad comes. I don't want a woman that's gonna leave me. See, we could be together for 10, 15 years, but when that hard time comes, because you never know when it's gonna come, I may get sick. And guess what? If you won't love me enough when that time comes, you're gonna leave me, because the humanistic ways and mindset is gonna come in. The selfish part is gonna come in. People like, man, I don't want to be taking care of this dude. I gotta go. I'm going through this. So you're gonna bail on me. When disagreements and maybe arguments, or we're not seeing eye to eye, or I get laid off, and the financial stability may not be there for whatever reason, you're gonna have to leave me. And that's what I really felt like my last two, man, they left. Again, I would talk more about it once my book come out. My first marriage, it was more so I was in an abusive relationship. I was the one getting abused because, I wasn't hitting my wife. She had a lot of trauma. She had a lot of things going on in her life, in her past before me, a lot of baggage, a lot of unhealed things that needed to be taken care of. And I was young, man. I met her at 19 and we got married. I was 21, had a child. So I was trying to do the right thing to make a family, and, wanted to be there for my son and be a father in a home. And we forced something that should have never been. That's what it was. So I take each and every one of my relationships and I learn from them. Now, they hurt. I ain't gonna lie. They were very hurtful relationships and everything. But like I said, they made me who I am today. I'm tough. I'm resilient. There's not a lot of things that really faze me, because I'm like this. What I've been through and what I went through, it ain't nothing. It ain't really nothing that can really shake me and disturb me into the way of I'll get so distraught. I believe that I can get through anything, because first of all, I said it the other day, I got God beside me. I got God walking in front of me, leading me. I got God behind me, ensuring that I don't go back to my past and making sure that I don't fall backwards. And He gonna continue to push me forward. So therefore, I'm okay. And I'm embracing the journey that God has given me in the path that He has sent me on, right? Because a lot of people, I call it individuals that is naive and uneducated and maybe shallow. They look at it like, oh, he been married, but you don't know my story. You may see my glory, you don't know my story, and you don't know what I've been through. So don't judge too quickly. All right, man, let's move on to the closing remarks, man. We're going to close this Real Talk with MRK Coffee in the Morning podcast down, man. I'm about to get up out of here. In closing remarks, man, I'm going to tell y'all, man, it's like this. I want y'all to understand, don't allow people to dim your light. Don't let anybody take away your shine. Don't let anybody take your spirit and your motivation away from you, because they are not you, and because of jealousy, hate, envy. Most people that talk about you and most people that don't want to see you shine, they have something that is probably stirring up inside of them that is not right. Anybody that do not want to see you succeed in anything that you do is not for you. Whether it's family members, your children, your loved ones, your friends, your co-workers, what you have to do so you can be able to shine even brighter and be able to grow even more is you have to remove these individuals and these groups from your life. Don't allow people to dim your light. Don't allow people to put an overcast over you. Understand that you are special. Understand that there's no one like you. Strive for greatness all the time, even if you fall short. Be true to you. Be true to your heart. Be open-minded to those that are trying to also help you shine. Be open-minded and allow people to enter your life that are trying to steer you in a direction of greatness. You know, you can be your own worst enemy because you get used to being average, less than, a follower, that you don't even know what it is that is coming into your life when people enter into your life to try to help you out. You don't even know how to recognize it because you're trapped in that generational curse, that circle that continues to revolve in the same place, so you become stagnant and you get used to it. Allow yourself to shine. Allow people to come into your life and help you be great. Recognize those type of individuals. Don't allow individuals that you surround yourself to dim your light. See, we have to be better in being able to accept help. Nobody on this earth has made it to be successful by themselves. It is okay to have help. There are people on this earth that are put here just for that. And it is okay. Don't be so pessimistic in your ways and your thoughts, because that's what you came from in an environment that you are surrounded with. That's what you're used to, and that's all you see. Sometimes when you see something different, it may be good for you because it's something that you ain't never been introduced to. It is something that you are not used to. When you are uncomfortable, being uncomfortable allow it also, what it does, being uncomfortable makes you great. It gets you used to being in different situations that you ain't never had to be in before. So don't allow people to dim your light. Recognize individuals that are trying to help you be greater than what you actually are, and then maybe what you could be or going to be. Recognize the individuals that come to seek and destroy you too. And recognize the individuals that come to seek and to make or assist for you to be great. I'm going to leave y'all with that. And we're going to close it out. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, your viewership, your support. Make sure you guys go to YouTube, subscribe. It's at MRK Dreams Big, baby. This is Real Talk with MRK. Thank God it's Friday, man. Y'all take care. I'll check y'all out. And hey, y'all have a blessed day. Until then.